Hi felters and makers, today we're going to be making this super fast needle felted Nordic gnome, perfect for the Christmas season. Literally will take you around 20 minutes. It's the fastest one I've done and it's so cute. It's going to be a mini, so you'll be able to give it as a gift, hang it on the tree or pop it on the table for place settings. It's gorgeous. So I'm just using white carded wool here. You can use whatever colour you want for the base. It doesn't have to be carded. And I'm using the wool from the Heidi Feathers needle felting starter kit for this. And all I'm doing is rolling up the carded wool into a little barrel shape. Make sure it's really tight. Get all that air out of it. It'll save you a lot of felting time. If it feels loose, unwrap it, fold it again. And then just keep shaping into that barrel using a nice fine needle for the final top coat. And then popping the mat over. This is a wool mat from Heidi Feathers as well, again from the Eco needle felting kit. I'm just going to show you how easy it is to make the little hat. You just lay your carded wool down on the mat, any colour you like, and then you just draw a very, very rough triangle. I'm only doing a small one. And then to keep those edges neat, we roll over the sides, so you've got no wispy wool hanging around anywhere. It just forms that really neat triangle and those really nice soft edges, which just give it such a nicer finish. And then just continue to felt that. You can continue with one needle, you can use a multi-tool, or the punch tool as well with the 7 needles is really good. Fold that triangle in half, felt along those edges, which should still be quite soft. You don't want to over felt this hat, and then just attach it to the little body shape that you've just made. And as you can see now, that's coming on really nicely. And flatten the base because you want it to be able to stand up on its own. So if it's got a nice flat base, then you'll be able to do that. I want to give mine a little bit of a crooked hat. You don't have to, but just fold it in together, hold it, and then just poke with your needle, just so it felts and holds a little bit. It doesn't want to be too scrunched up, and just set it in the place that you want. And then I'm going to make the nose. Now, I've got this wool from the Heidi Feathers kit. You can use whatever colour you want, but I'm going to tie a little knot in it to start with, and then a second one just to really start with a firm base. And then the loose ends, I'm just going to roll over, put it onto the other side because it's a lighter wool, and roll over and felt in those wispy ends. And that's all there is to it. It's really, really simple. You can also do this on the barbecue skewer. You will have seen that in my previous video tutorials. And then firm it up and shape it by just rolling it between the hands. It gives it a nice final shape. Then pop it just under the hat, and then you're going to felt not through the nose, but you're just going to catch all those fibres underneath the nose just so that it attaches nicely. Now I am using some wool tops here, but you can use just carded wool, but I want to make a sort of full beard skirt, as I call it, right around the gnome because I just think it's so effective. And I've got these lovely wool tops. I think these are from World of Wool, and I think these are called Humbug. Anyway, these are lovely wool tops with some silk fibre in, and I'm just pushing those in underneath the nose. And did you notice that I folded that over as well? It bulks it out when we trim it. And then we continue to add that wool top all around the sides and the back of the gnome body. And then what we'll do is we'll come back to it and we'll trim it. But you can just leave it at the front if you want, but I always like to do a full skirt. And because it's such a small, sort of like, a miniature gnome, then you're not using too much wool, but that's entirely up to you. And then just push it in and under that hat so you haven't got sort of a visible join. And just keep going until that is nicely attached, until you're happy with the amount. Make sure there's no gaps, bring it around the sides, and then it should all come round and meet the nose again. And this is such a lovely little project to do for Christmas because it's so fast. And like I said, these just look gorgeous hung on the tree. You could make a Christmas garland. They would look beautiful as little place settings with your guest names, if that's something that you do on Christmas Day. And then once you've done that, you're going to trim it so that it's flush with the base of the body, so it will sit really nicely. And a full skirt also helps it to balance, so it will actually sit without toppling over. But if you flatten that base, you shouldn't have that issue anyway. And then I'm going to add a few little white curls. These are from Chiltern Wensleydale's, gorgeous white locks from this company. And that's just the lovely finishing touch that I think it needs. Don't go anywhere because there's another great tutorial straight after this one. If you're enjoying my content and want to see more of it, then hit the subscribe, like and the notification bell. It really helps the channel. And don't forget to stay tuned for more creativity, which is coming right up.